hi everyone. I'm here at Witching Hour Studios, and we're going to talk a little bit about what they're up to now. Just to start out, I'm wondering, how did the original Ravenmark Scourge of Stellian do, and is it kind of done? I know the story is basically closed. Is that kind of how it will end, or is there possibly more to come?
Well, there's definitely more coming. I mean, it did pretty well. I mean, Metacritic gave us, we have an 85 on Metacritic, which we're quite proud of, which is quite good for a first timer. I mean, we've never made games before. Yes, while the story has ended, but it's not the end. It's not the end. The world still continues to grow. Even in Mercenaries, it's actually 6 years later. So you actually get to see the world evolve a little bit and see how the world has been scarred by the events from the first game.
Cool. Can you tell us a little bit about Ravenmark Mercenaries?
Yeah, sure. So Ravenmark Mercenaries kind of is the next evolution of what Ravenmark was always meant to be. Now, right away you are you're able to fight with your friends, and because of the unique turn-based system, you can actually play 2 rounds a turn instead of the usual just 1. So you play a turn, you see a result, and you play the next turn immediately. So that's kind of different. So right now I don't have anyone to play against, but I will show you guys a border skirmish, which is the equivalent of a multiplayer match, but you get to play against the AI. So those people that don't like, going online and getting their ass kicked by some random dude, you have the opportunity to play and grow in the game still. Alright? So first I would like to introduce the brigades. So the brigades are something that's new. Previously in Ravenmark you would just have a set army that's given to you, but in Mercenaries you actually have this bunch of brigades, that each of which have a unique story and usually unique commanders as well. So as you can tell, each of them has their own brigade banner, but they also are a mix of different units that you can actually check out, like so, right? And each one brings on a different strategy to the field, and you can mix and match as well, because each battle you take on 2. I'll tell you a bit more about it later. Alright, so let's go over to the contracts page. Then the contracts page show you the world map. As you've seen, it's kind of different from the original world map. It's kind of grown. We've given it a bit more of a realistic look and feel, and it's going to be peppered with contracts that you can take on. Alright, so one of the contract types is a border skirmish, where you protect the faction that you favor. Right, so like so, and you can bring in a division. Right, so let's go into the fight and see what's going on. Now, first thing you'll see is that the enemy is going to march on 2 brigades, right? So you have a good idea of what is going to happen. Right, so that's what we're up against. This is our brigade, and right away you'll notice there's a little arrow there. So this allows us to summon a second brigade. The second brigade is a choice from the other remaining brigades. So you can kind of mix up and match, what you want to do. So let's deploy the Flying Infirmary. Now these brigades will also level up with you. So unlike the previous games, there's a sense of growth. And every time you level up, you can award them a medal, and these medals will confer bonuses depending on what you choose. So right now, both brigades are out, and you can kind of start giving commands already. Let's move this guy up. So what people liked in the first game, we're definitely carrying on in the next. There's formations, there's wheeling and movement like that. But we added on a few other things as well. There's zone of control, which a lot of people have been asking for quite a bit. Right? So when you're kind of happy with what you have, you hit start and the round kind of plays out. And yeah.
Are there new units featured in this version of the game?
Yeah, we have 4 units planned for now, but we are actually looking for a new animator. So if we do get that, we're going to get a few more interesting things. We have things like Meritalian dagger dancers, and a few more units from the other races. Hopefully flying units if we are lucky.
Very cool. And so that would introduce a whole new mechanic of height and flying into the game.
Definitely. That's something we're very keen on trying out as well.
I noticed when you selected this contract, it said view battle. Can battles take place without you being directly involved in the decisions, or?
Well, that would be more along the lines of the minor contracts. We have contracts that are pretty much fire and forget. You send your guys out and they kind of figure out how to solve the problem for you. But for border skirmishes and major contracts, you have to get involved. Right? But one of the biggest things that we're adding is the standard bearer. Alright, and this is a guy on the battlefield that is where your troops rally, and he has auras that actually help your army. But losing him could be catastrophic to your strategy. And another thing that's very interesting is that his particular icon is going to be unique and it's going to be customizable as well. I'll take you to that page just after this, so let's exit here. Oh, one more thing. You can actually chat. You can actually chat with your friends as well. So you can actually smack talk and tell them, you know, I'm going to kick your ass, things like that. Yeah. Let's get us out of the battle.
And so this play is asynchronous, so you'll send a message, and when you send your turn, they'll receive that message as well.
Yep, exactly, that's right. So you can play at your own pace. So aside from that, you also have the banner here. So you can actually use different designs and different colors. Now right now you see about 10, but we've got like about 100 to 150 prepared. And these things will be unlocked by either playing through the game or through in-app purchases. Now, Mercenaries is going to take a very different path. It's going to be free to play, but we're going to make absolutely sure we're going to be fair to our fans and that everything can be accessed without paying if they so wish. We will, however, have a collector's edition and an elite edition for those that really want to support an indie company like us.
Very cool. And what will those editions include?
Unique brigades and unique sigils that could only be available to them. It also turns off ads because we're going to have ads to keep the servers running. Yep. Cool. There's also another interesting thing. You can actually collect favor from the different factions and they could also give you bonuses down the way.
Very cool. I know that one of the big parts of the original Ravenmark was the story. It had a very, in-depth story with a lot of intrigue and things going on. Is that carried through here? I know it's more of a multiplayer experience, so is the story less forefront, or how does that work here?
No, that's definitely there. We are very keen on story. Now, how we're going to put that across is through major contracts. And the major contracts kind of tell an unfolding tale. And it's going to be the first contract that the player is going to get is unfolding the story of Makir, a bard that you meet along the way. And there's a bit of his story already on the website, so you can read up on his travels, and it kind of feeds directly into the game, right? And through following that storyline, you're going to unlock a unique brigade as well. So we are very keen on story, and we're hoping to update along the way with more stories.
Awesome. Will there be a way on the multiplayer balancing, like let's say my friend plays much more than I do and his brigades are a certain level, will there be some way to pair me against players that are of a similar level to my brigades?
Yep. Right away we have a EOL system we are planning. So basically we're going to pair you with people that's going to be around your level or around your experience. You know, if anything, you have the capability of playing directly against your own friends. So they might not be so hard on you.
Very cool. Yeah, I think that's quite a bit. Do you know when we can expect the game?
We're looking at a summer release, so in about 2 or 3 months. Yeah, we're working really hard on it, and we're hoping to fit everything in. So guys, if we don't fit one of the features in, we apologize, we're trying our best.
So you're not allowed to sleep, right, for the next 3 months while you finish?
No, sleep is alien to me. Sleep is for the weak. Yeah.
Definitely. Anything else you want to show us about the game?
Offhand, not right now. Let me just look around. Yep.
Very cool. Yeah, well, we'll look forward to this summer, and thank you so much for showing us a little bit about it.
Thank you so much, man.
Okay, no problem.
Cheers.